Hello, hello. Welcome back to Minotaur Hotel. We're still hanging out with Storm and P. I really like these two, I'll be honest. The Minotaur's eyes grow as thin as knives. Do I really have to do I really have to? No story, no charm, no human. What if I come up with something? Does it have to be true? Sure, go ahead and waste our time. I'm not doing this again, however. The Minotaur looks away, this time towards the pond in his hole. He knows there is no choice, but he can't speak, not while the hummingbirds are pecking away at the back of his head, rising each strand of fur. He scratches his neck with both hands, digging in to make the skin red raw. But the peacock ignores it. His patience grows thin. Will you really force me to interrogate you, lad? The Minotaur shakes his head, trying to swat away all of the critters flying around him. A grave moo escapes from his throat. How old are you? 21. Just give me a minute. I'm thinking, okay? The peacock counts the seconds, while the Minotaur loses sense of time. He keeps on scratching until whatever ails him is gone. He draws a breath, a shudder, and speaks. Mom said my father was a man. I didn't get to know him, but she always made it clear, so don't get the wrong idea. Again, no way it was a bull. That makes no sense. And if he was someone like me, he'd have gotten you a charm. Unless something happened to him, or he doesn't know you exist. The Minotaur doesn't like the sharpness in the bird's voice, shrill and tittering on the edge of anger. But he breathes the first sigh of true relief in his life, knowing that there is someone in the world who doesn't think he's the product of bestiality. Perhaps there is a wetness in the Minotaur's eyes, glimmering with the fire, but the sharp-eyed peacock mistakes it for something else. Sorry for interrupting. Continue. Well, yeah, what I was saying. You didn't know your dad. Mom raised you, I assume. Yeah, raised me and my 6 siblings. I'm the youngest one, and, well, she couldn't have any more after I got out. Ruined is what she said. You ruined me. Not a drop of anger in her voice, although her face was covered in 2 decades worth of humiliation. She blew smoke on his face, ground the cigarette butt on the plastic dinner room table. That's what it is. Then threw it into the empty fruit bowl. Stating. That's it. Stating a plain fact. Inescapable. He shouldn't have been born. Never got along with her, or any of my siblings for that matter. They blamed me for stuff I didn't do. It began simple enough, blaming him for breaking their 1 glass cup, the orange one that Ma used to drink coffee. He was 4 years old. Like an addiction, it took root and grew. If something went missing from the fridge, it was him, or if any misfortune struck, as if his existence brought bad luck, they'd point at his horns and refuse to say his name. Just him, nameless. More of a concept than a person, eyes wide open and mind silent, numb, as it kept on happening. It became their drug, the reason why they couldn't get jobs, and had to live off of welfare. Being angry at him was enough to justify beating their girlfriends. Oh. Or abandoning their kids and skipping town. Him. His name so unused it might as well not exist. Storm was a better title, and so the lad gathers the memories, the pains, the mind unto itself. Everyone thought things about my ma, about what she must have done to have a kid like me. Ever looking at me, even looking at me made her angry. The school treated me like shit too. So I dropped out and ran away. Thought I could make a living out here in a city, or on a farm. Didn't last long. The farm owner could appreciate his strength and hard work, but the farm hands weren't too fond of sharing their living quarters with him. Better to quit a job than get butchered halfway through the night, he thought. But I came back. Couldn't get any luck. People here at least don't panic when they see me. Too out of their damn minds to care. Tried going back home to Ma. She let me in, but then she'd wake me up at night to yell. Too out of her damn mind to know what she was doing. So I tried going out again. It didn't work either. Made it farther, but the police started getting curious about the horned homeless man under the bridge. That's why I live here, by the pond. It's safe. No one bothers me at night. One can get gigs here and there to buy food. No, I can get gigs, yeah. That's my story. Is that enough for your ritual? A shrill crawl from the peacock crawls up the peacock's back. The air around them grows sharper. A migraine slithers over his head and burrows itself into his left eye. His legs go numb and his brain finds itself forgetting words. Yo, same. The Minotaur, meanwhile, looks away from the fire. The light sears his eyes. The hummingbird pecks his neck again, while chanting cicadas taking over his hearing. Okay. He's about to ask for help when, in a flash, it's all over. Yeah, this is enough. Let's see now. A feather. This one's about to fall off. I'll say the oath now. Just accept it. The peacock closes his eyes. His feathers stand on end, as if a shiver runs up his spine. You are the salt of the earth, eternal and unrelenting. Why, then, should you not be our sibling? You are the night's moon, a city buried in ash. A secret written on your chest cannot be seen. You are the salt of the earth, and what is humanity without you? Hidden, you shall not lose your worth. You'll not be trampled underfoot. You shall not die again. Blessed are you when you become our sibling. By the gift of humanity, none shall persecute you. Neither will they accuse you of unsightly deeds. Yep. Nope, I'm not stepping. Nope, I don't want to step on that. We're gonna move that box real quick. That's fine. You are the light of the world, hidden from sight and shining regardless. They'll not see your origin, but will bask in your gift. You'll not be set apart, and glory will follow your footsteps. By salt and sea, take my life thread. Let us swear an oath of kinship. May humanity afford the bearer of this promise protection in its bosom, much like we have tonight swapped our long-lasting threads. You shall feast and live as one of our own, bearing our kinship. And for as long as you carry the proof of this oath, none shall see your myth. By salt and sea, by the western lands, untie my bundle of humanity and stretch its thread to this one, so he may enjoy freedom no lesser than mine. Bearer of humanity, do you pledge this honest oath to mankind for as long as your chest draws breath? This must be a dream, thinks the Minotaur, or a demon at work. And just what could be the inevitable catch? A gift like this does not come without a gut-wrenching price. But none of it matters. Consequences be damned. He will take it. I do. Throw the feather and your object on the fire. My gift will burn and yours shall not. The hybrid takes out his ear gauge, puts the feather through it, and pushes both into the fire. There. Try it on. Welcome to your first night as a human, Storm. Oh, okay. I will... Don't look at these dates. Don't look at that. It's fine. I was told to make a save before day 14. So... we do it. A day at a time. Monday, sunlight peeks out from the horizon and breaks into a sprint to touch the hotel's outer walls. The Minotaur sits on the sofa while checking the list of guests. He slides his hooves on the hardwood floor. He scratches his cheeks, and then looks off to the jelly purple sky beyond the window. Okay. You prepare breakfast. The apartment has been taken over by the smell of coffee and dawn. You peel the boiled eggs. He looks at you. Gaze held, face motionless. Then return to his papers. I can feel we're going to have a great day today. We'll get a sizable batch of guests, I bet. I must make sure the reception is always manned. They could arrive at any time. Want me to call Koto or Luke for it? Or I can do it myself, too. There is no need. I can manage it today. Good. First thing they'll be met with is a Cretan prince. Wait, with the Cretan princes, magnanimous. I know this word, I just can't pronounce it. It's like, fuck you. Hospitality. Let them see the truth with their own eyes. How kind of you to have such high hopes for this clumsy bull. If I didn't know any better, I would guess you were making a joke at my expense, my lord. Not a joke, partner. Just the truth. They may not know you're the Minotaur, but if you ask me, I'd leave this place doubting the Athenian legend. Am I gonna start calling him partner? Like Aibo? Is this gonna be like Kamen Rider Double? You know, Ike! Aibo! Does anyone else really miss Kamen Rider Double? Like, Phase 2 Heisei, like, peaked way too early. Like, the first Phase 2 installment was Double, and you're just like, we're never gonna get better than this. Like, this is Like, phases are a decade long. And it's like, really? Well, not a decade, but like it ended up being about a decade. Like for phase 2, Heisei. And it's like you start off with double? You're just gonna make everything after look bad. Though, you know, I do love O's. Love O's. Oh my god. It's so much fun. And it's so sad. Like... it's also gay as fuck. But, you know... I mean, so is Double. There was a lot of gay appeal in those early Phase 2 Heisei installments. But, you know, oof. Like, the second half of that decade... don't like... I didn't really like much post-Drive. Because I wasn't a big fan of Ghost, because I just found it boring. And, like... Does anyone like X8? I'm sorry.
Ah, if only my story was as hopeful as you are.
Our stories are one and the same, buddy. So you better get used to some hope. We're in this together. Asterion chuckles.
I suppose I am, contractually obligated to agree with you.
I'll take it. Now come on, you clumsy bull. It's time for breakfast. While sharing a meal with the Minotaur, you continue going over all that needs to be done. What do you have on your agenda today?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Asterion takes a boiled egg, and dabs in a pile of salt on his plate, and eats it whole.
So far, your mandate has been very eventful, has it not? Every day something new. If not bickering guests, then foreman this, internet that. But those days are meant to be the exception. Ever since the hotel was created, the life of Master has been very peaceful and contemplative, yes. Very soon, you'll see that even the Argos, whom you must think is a constant fixture of the realm, in truth is only a rare, if potentially brutal, hindrance.
Oh, I still love this point. It's so cute. I like it when he's smiling in this pose. It's so fucking cute.
Is the same every time. Along with a new master, a fresh foreman appears to stir trouble for a while. Similar to this, to his predecessor, but each one unique and peculiar in his own way. But they never stay for long. One day they all slither back into the recesses of the valley and disappear. After that, they find a solid routine, day in, day out, business as usual.
Huh. Wait, are you implying it's not always the same Argos down there in the valley?
That is what I believe, yes. For you it would be impossible to tell, of course, but a young Argos always arrives from the depths of the valley around the same time a new master takes over. They are always snakes, but each one unique and a bit different from the last. I've held the suspicion that they change along with the master. Centuries ago, the first Argos appeared. He was, pushier. More aggressive, if not bloodthirsty, despite never engaging in violence himself. They've become far more subtle since, or at least more skillful in, persuasion. Though, to be precise, Master Jean and Clement shared the same Argos. The current one reminds me a great deal of their Argos. From what has been seen, they share the same theatricality and cheerfulness.
The Minotaur breathes in and prepares to speak again, but his eyes fall upon the armband, peeking from the shirt sleeve. His ears flick once, and then grow still as he ruminates and picks his words.
But you should not have to worry about Argos. It should not be for much longer that he will pose any threat. Ahead of you, there is only your peaceful reign and gentle lordship throughout. Trusty, straight.
Oh, anything but, sir. Can't say I'd be opposed to that. I wasn't expecting any of this when I stumbled into owning a hotel.
It is understandable, but what did you expect, Master?
Once more, he looks at the armband on his bicep.
Forgive me. What did you expect when you came here, Mr. Josh?
I was betting the deed would be an old piece of scrap paper, nothing more. I can't believe I've received ownership of a hotel, or anything of the sort, just like that. But as surprising as it may have been, I can't say it was unwelcome.
Are you enjoying your time here, I take it?
I'd have left already if I wasn't. The company is good.
I see.
Your meal is brief. It's about time to start working. After washing the dishes, Asterion takes you to another room on the hotel's ground floor. Oh. New room? Okay. Then I'll probably stop the part here, guys. I'll see you around.